All right, today we are doing 6.1. And if you look at the calendar on the back, it's pretty much filled up. We're on schedule for what we're going to be doing. So today is Friday. We're doing 6.1 worksheet. The first page is notes, and then the second page is going to be your homework. Today we're talking about roots and radical expressions. I'd like to review really quick. What is that? Okay, it's a radical sign. Now, sometimes there's a little number right here, and sometimes there's not. If you do not see a number here, what number is this?
2.
It's a 2. We don't write if it's a 2. Kind of like 1x is the same as x, or x to the first power. We don't have to put that 1. But this is not a 1, it's a 2. If you do not see this little number here, it's understood to be a 2. But if it's not a 2, it must be disclosed. It will be written there. So you might see cube root, that's cube root, this is 4th root, this is 5th root, this is 6th root, and so on. Now, the number underneath here is called your radicand. This number is the base. The number underneath is the radicand. Let's talk about the index for a second. What does this index mean? You are looking for this number of products, factors, of this number, and once you get that, you pull it out. So in other words, square root of something. For example, if I said, what's the square root of 4?
2.
It's 2. You're looking for 2 of a kind, 2 of the same number. 2 times 2 is 4. So the answer is 2. Now, give me a cube root.
9.
27. 9 is not cube root. It's square root.
Oh.
Okay, cube root of 27. What 3 numbers that are the same that multiply to give you 27? And that would be 3. So you're looking for 3 of the same number.
Yeah.
Now, what if I gave you this problem? The cube root of 81. We're not going to go this deep into this material, but eventually I want to show you what happens if it's not a perfect cube or a perfect square. You're going to break this up. Can you tell me how to break 81 up? If I made a factor tree, what times what is 81? 9 times 9. Can 9 be broken up?
Yeah.
3, 3, 3, 3. So in other words, 81 consists of 4 3s. Okay, now according to this index, I need 3 of a kind. Do you see 3 of the same number? There's 3. Now this 3 has nothing to do with that 3. It just so happens that they're the same number. So once you get 3 of the same number, this group comes out and it's represented as one single 3.
Yeah.
So this comes out, but this is leftover stuff. So that would stay. Do you remember doing this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so what I want to talk about for a second is that. Does anyone know 2 numbers that are the same that'll multiply to give you 16? 4 times 4. So is there anything else? So 4 is one answer. There's actually another answer.
2.
No, think of negative numbers.
It's not easier.
Negative 4 times negative 4. Are these identical?
Yes.
Are they, if I multiply them together, would I get a positive 16?
Yes.
Yes, so for this one, you could say plus or minus 4 works. Now, what if I did the cube root of, let's do 125. What 3 numbers multiply to give you 125?
5.
5 times 5 times 5. So the answer is 5, right?
Yeah.
What about if I did this?
It'd be 5i.
Nope.
Wouldn't it?
Can you think of 3 numbers that multiply to give you negative 125?
No.
Negative 5
Yeah. all
times
three.
negative 5 times negative 5. Are those the same?
Yes.
Do they multiply to give me negative 125?
Yes.
Yes.
So the answer to this is negative 5.
Yeah.
Would it be, could I use positive 5?
No,
No.
Why?
because you'll get
You
a
wouldn't end up with
positive.
Okay. So you can do a negative number if the index is, anyone
Positive.
know?
Positive.
Oh,
Odd, good job.
Odd.
You can do it if it's odd. Now, if it's even,
You can do plus or minus, right?
you could do plus or minus, but can you do this one? This is tricky.
No.
Can anyone think of 2 numbers that are identical that multiply to give you negative 16? No, one has to be positive and one has to be negative. They're not the same. So if the index is an even number, even, 2, 4, 6, 8, you can't do them if there's a negative number as the radicand.
No solution.
It's no solution. You got it?
Yeah.
All right, now let's practice these. So, here we go. Problem number 1, we're finding all the roots. In other words, all the answers. Now, I know some of you guys won't be able to do some of these in your head, but do you know what, first of all, what does cube root mean? This is written in a sentence. What are the real cube roots? They're asking you to do this. Cube root of 0.008, and then we have the cube root of negative 1,000, and then the cube root of 1 over 27. Okay, so I need 3 numbers that are the same that multiply to give you 0.008. This is 0.2. Decimals are hard. 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2 is 0.008. How about this one? What 3 numbers are the same that multiply to give you negative 1,000? Negative 10. Negative 10 times negative 10 times negative 10 is negative 1,000. So the answer is negative 10. And how about this one? 1 over 27. You're going to think of this as breaking it up as a numerator and a denominator. So you're going to do them separate. What would be the cube root of 1? What 3 numbers multiply to give you 1?
1.
And how about 27? 3. So that's the answer. 1/3. Okay? Next, what are the real 4th roots? So I want the 4th root of 1, the 4th root of negative 0.001, and the 4th root of 1681. One of these you can't do. Which one can't you do? One of them can't be done, and I want to know why. Why?
Because the index is
Because,
No
or
solution.
even.
say it again.
Index is.
This one she said you can't do. She's correct. But what's the reason?
Because it's the 4th root and it's not an odd number.
It's a
It's
it's a
a-
negative.
Even.
Because
It's
the,
a negative, and then the thing's not.
Radical
Odd.
sign is negative. And
The
then
radicand.
Yeah.
she's got it. The index is even and the radicand is a negative number. You can't think of 4 numbers that are the same that are gonna give you a negative number. You can't do it. This
Yeah.
one you can't do. But can you give me 4 numbers that are identical, that multiply to give you 1?
1.
Is there another one?
1.
1 times 1 times 1 times 1 gives me 1, so that's one answer. Is there another answer? Can you think of 4 of the same number? Yep,
So it's plus or minus 1.
yep. So the even index ones, you're gonna write plus or minus. Yep. So if you wanna remember that, I'm fine with this.
So this one will be plus or minus?
Yep, this one's gonna be plus or minus what? What's the 4th root of 16?
2.
2. And what's the 4th root of 81?
3.
You got it, 3. So that's the answer, plus or minus 2/3. Okay, I want you to try got it 1A. Now, I like to write, it says it in a sentence, what are the real fifth roots? So I want the fifth root of 0, I want the fifth root of -1, and I want the fifth root of 32. I'm looking for 5 numbers that are the same that multiply to give me that radicand. Can anyone tell me one of these answers?
First one's 0 and 0.
First one, 0, yep.
Next one's 1, -1.
-1
Middle one, 2.
and 2, yep. How about B? What are the real square roots? I want the square root of 0.01, the square root of -1, sorry, and the square root of 36 over 121. These are even indexes. Anyone have an answer for 1, 1? Can't do the middle one. Good job. What else?
6 over
6
11.
I heard 6 over 11. I'm thinking that you're answering that one.
Yeah.
You got half right.
Plus or minus?
Yeah,
Plus or minus. That's
good
right.
job. How about this one? This is plus or minus 0.1. Okay, backside. Now, the only thing different about problem 2 and problem 1 is I think problem 2 are easier because they set it up for you. So problem 1 is written in a sentence, real cube root, and look what I did. I wrote it out, cube root, cube root, cube root. They are doing these, they're writing it out. So can you answer these now? What's the cube root of -8? I want 3 numbers that are the same that multiply to give me -8. What is it? What 3 numbers are the same? Give me 3 identical numbers.
2.
2, okay, I'm listening to you, 2, 2, 2. Does that multiply to give you -8?
2 of them would be negative, so negative, or no, they would all be negative.
They would all be negative. You are correct. So what's my answer?
Negative 2.
The answer is -2. Excellent. How about B?
Would be
0.2. Is there another answer?
Plus or minus.
Yep. And how about C? This says the fourth root of -1. No solution. I'm just gonna write NS. Why can't you do it?
Negative.
Because it's negative and it's an even root. Okay, how about the next one? 2,
Plus or minus.
2.
No, just minus.
Oh, we're not doing D?
Oh, where's D? Oh,
D0.
oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, this one, I'm sorry, I missed that one. Let's simplify, what is -2 squared?
4,
Okay, what's the square root of 4?
2,
We're gonna say plus or minus 2. Okay, try this next one. I heard -3.
-3.
How about 4, or B? Fourth root,
Negative.
No solution.
why is it no solution?
Negative numbers.
Negative, even, good job. This one's gonna be, what's -7 squared?
14
49.
or 49. I was thinking
Plus or
7.
I know.
minus. Plus or minus 7.
Good, plus or minus 7, and what about D?
No solution.
Can't do this one, no solution. Okay, next. Go to problem 3. What do you see different? We're building, we're layering.
The exponents inside the,
We have numbers and letters here. Now, what is the index here? What is it? Is it, okay, it's a 2. So I'm looking for 2 of a kind. If I were, and I'm a visual person, so I like to write everything out. If I took the number 16, can you break it up into 2 of the same number? 4 times 4, I heard. That's good. So we know the square root of 16 is 4. Now, we've got 8 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm stretching it out. You don't have to do this this is a visual. We're looking for two of a kind. Every time you get two of the same number, you pair it up. So how many sets of x squared do you have?
4.
4. So do you know what the answer is? This 4 comes out,
4x.
Square.
4x
To the fourth.
to the 4. Now, I have another way to show you how to do this. Anyone know what I'm gonna say?
Divide.
Divide.
Everything by 2.
What you're gonna do is take this power, we can do the square root of 16, which is 4. What's this index?
That's
A 2. How do you think you're gonna get x to the 4th?
8 divided by 2.
This number over that number, and that's a shortcut for you. Got it? Okay, let's try this next one. I'm gonna do it both ways, the long way and the short way. Okay, so we're looking for 3 of a kind. We've got 6 A's, this is the long way,
A squared, B cubed.
and we have 9 B's. This is the long way.
Oh, can you repeat that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, yeah, this is Mr. Duke.
We're looking for 3 of a kind. So there's 3 A's, and here's 3 A's. We need 3 B's, 3 B's, 3 B's. So what comes out? What's the answer? Not 2A, but A squared, B cubed. Good. Now let's do our little trick. Did it work? 6 over 3 is 2, and 9 over 3 is 3. Is that easy? Okay, can you do this one an easier way?
So I'm gonna.
Instead of writing it out, I'm not gonna write 8 x's and 12 y's.
X squared, Y cubed.
X squared, y cubed. You got it. How about the next one? I heard 9, you are correct.
9x squared.
Beautiful. How about B? A to the 4th,
B to the
B to the 5th, and the last one.
Third, Y.
X cubed, y to the 4th. You guys get this?
Yeah.
Can I see a thumbs up if you understand it? Thumbs up, thumbs up, okay. All right, so what are you gonna do for the remaining half hour? This page right here. And this will all be on YouTube, okay? Yes.
Is it okay if I turn in my syllabus on Monday?
Yes.